Welcome to another episode of the Cannabis Marketing Show. I am Ty Daniel Smith.
And I'm Kylie Lowe.
And today we are discussing why cannabis companies need to be focusing on Instagram influencer marketing. So we're going to walk through why influencer marketing should be a big part of any cannabis marketing plan and why Instagram specifically is worthwhile. So let's start with why influencer marketing in general. Cannabis companies have to deal with certain restrictions and bans that other industries don't have to. It's frustrating, but it's just the way it is.
It's not federally legal.
It's not federally legal, correct. So we deal with restrictions from Google ads, from Twitter ads, Instagram, Facebook. There's certain ways to get around some of them, but in general, it's pretty difficult. But using influencers is a great way to work around that because the content is created much more organically and isn't subject to the approval by those big tech companies. And it's also super cost effective when you do it right, especially when you use micro influencers. Micro influencers have a lot higher level of average engagement versus the macro influencers.
And lower pricing. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, we've been doing a bunch of cannabis influencer marketing lately, and it's working out really well for us. So let's discuss Instagram, Kylie.
Yes. So Instagram is obviously a very visual platform. We're all well aware of that. Being that cannabis is a very visual product, people like to see the color of bud, especially if you are an enthusiast. You want to see the product. And a lot of companies put in a lot of time making their products, packaging, everything very appealing to the eye. So cannabis naturally is going to do well on Instagram, especially when you have, people who are attractive, promoting products. It's just the place where you want to see this kind of content.
You can't communicate the value of cannabis products as well through a tweet as you can through an Instagram
I'm not going to sit there and say, this bud is a pretty color. It's like, show me a picture. I want to see it. Like, I don't want to buy it if I can't see it. There's a reason why you want to sit there and smell it, whatever. You want to know the product that you're buying.
And the same with not even cannabis as a product, but the ancillary products, the bongs and pipes and things like that.
Right. It's some people make art out of it, really. Yeah. And that's really what's amazing about the cannabis industry on Instagram is it's very creative, very visual. I mean, much more visual than crypto Instagram. I'll give you that.
Yeah. And it's also where cannabis users are the most active.
Yeah, absolutely. Of any platform.
Yeah.
It's the number one place that cannabis companies want to have their business profiles. It's much better return than Twitter, Facebook, YouTube.
Yeah, we do cannabis marketing on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, and Instagram is by far the most engaged. And it's also, you can get much better conversions on Instagram because the way content is laid out is just more optimized for that with swipe up stories, with being able to put links in your bio, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that is going to wrap up this episode. If you're a cannabis company, you definitely need to be spending some resources on influencers on Instagram.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you found this episode valuable, please remember to rate, review, and recommend this podcast to a friend. These reviews help us a lot in terms of creating more content like this and providing more value. Also, join us on our newsletter at cannabound.io/newsletter. We send some really great cannabis marketing tips and strategies by email every week. And follow us on Instagram at cannabound_. That will be all for today, guys. Thank you for joining us.
See you next time.